We continue our Commitment 2012 coverage this morning. Kirk Caldwell represented Manoa in the State House of Representatives from 2002 to 2008. He was city managing director and served as acting mayor after Mufi Hanneman resigned to run for governor in 2010. And now he's up against former governor Ben Cayetano. And joining us this morning is mayoral candidate Kirk Caldwell. Good morning,
and thank you
so much for joining us.
It's always nice to be here, even though I'm here again with the guinea pig.
It seemed to happen that way again.
Yeah, twice now in a row, but that's okay.
No worries. Well, I just wanted to ask you, first of all, about the the PRP, basically. You know, those attack ads that are out there, and I know that you have said that you don't like these attack ads, but we were wondering why you haven't denounced them publicly.
I said enough already. Here's the point. One, I'm running a very straight, positive campaign talking about all the issues from sewers, the water, to road repair. And my campaign is totally positive in its nature. I don't like what's happening, and I know that even Ben, he has two super PACs set up now, Defend Ben and, you know, something about Preserve Oahu's Future. Both of them are blasting away at me right now. This is kind of the rough and tumble nature of politics, not only in America, but in our state and in our county. And I think for me, I've just grown a thick skin. It's part of our rough and tumble way of doing politics. I think enough because it's starting to swallow up the issues. You know, I want to get out there, and we're down to almost a week and a couple days now. I want to talk about the issues and not talk about attack ads. That's disappointing.
In terms of these Pacific Resource Partnership attack ads, you know, the Star Advertiser endorsed you, but said that it hoped that these attack ads would not hurt your campaign. So are you worried that these attack ads would actually do the reverse and start hurting you?
I don't know. This is what I do know. I'm out there every morning waving, early in the morning, waving in the afternoon, and everywhere I go, I can feel the momentum in my head. There is a lot of good stuff happening right now. I can feel it. You know, having done this twice now, I know I'm on an upswing. I'm working really hard. I want to finish strong, and I'm just going to focus on what I can do, which is stay positive, talk about all the issues, and move forward. And the only thing I regret is my wife right now is up on the mainland. She went to visit our daughter. It was Parents' Weekend, and now she's in Washington, D.C. She's coming back on Saturday. I want her to come back so she can help me campaign and finish this thing together.
You know, much of the focus on this campaign has been on rail,
yes.
And the differences between you and Ben Cayetano are very clear. Obviously, he's against it and you're for it. But if you're elected mayor and the rail was stopped for whatever reason, be it funding or some of the archaeological sites, whatever it is, do you have a plan B in terms of what could be done to help traffic?
You know, one, I don't think rail will be stopped. I think we're going to hit bumps in the road. This is common with any large project that's going to span a decade, and it's the biggest construction project in the history of this place. So I'm not going to talk about what if rail is stopped, but I will talk about building rail better. I've talked about that, and I think with this delay that we have the opportunity, particularly as we come into town, to make sure, one, that it's designed with less impact on our visual environment. These are things we can do, and also just making sure that money is spent wisely, and then transparency, total and open transparency here.
You know, if you're elected mayor, either the proposal, either the bus rapid transit plan or rail, it's still a while off before, you know, commuters see any type of change. So if you're elected mayor, what would people notice right away in terms of either traffic or the parks or anything like that? What would they notice?
Number one, I'd work hard to restore bus routes. I think that is something that we can do fairly quickly, particularly 55, 14. These are routes that people are really hurting on, and I'd look for the money to restore these routes. Secondly, jump on getting road repairs done a little more quickly, not just filling potholes, but actually repaving roads. When I was at the city, I really believed in this. We really ramped it up, and I think we need to do that again. Those are two things. And just better taking care of our parks and restrooms. I would not close restrooms at night. I'd be looking for alternatives. I'd be looking at restroom attendants, working with the private sector to do that, particularly in Waikiki.
Is it as simple as just finding money for restored bus routes? Because that's why the city removed some of the bus routes in the first place, because the financial situation was so tight.
My understanding, I'm not at the city now, is they needed about $7 million, about $4 million for labor costs and $3 million for increased price of diesel fuel. $7 million out of a budget for the city of $1.96 billion. I think we can find the $7 million somewhere to restore bus routes.
Recently, KITV4 spoke with a UCLA professor, and he's an urban planning professor,
Right.
and he was actually visiting here as a scholar at the University of Hawaii. No ties to the islands, but he said that given Honolulu's size and population, really bus rapid transit is the better route for Honolulu. So what do you think about that in terms of his plan and in terms of the financial situation as well?
I would disagree with the professor. I think that we're building a rail system that is designed and right-sized for our population. It's a thin, linear line between a city that's squeezed between the mountain and the seas. It's not a hub-and-spoke kind of system like in LA, where this professor is from. But for me, it's not bus versus rail. It's bus and rail. The LA system works well because it's bus, rapid transit connected to rail. And I think we can see the same thing happen here. My goal is to build rail, have bus rapid transit, particularly coming down from, let's say, Mililani, Mauka, and Makai, going right into the transit station where H1 and H2 merges, getting people to work a lot quicker. That's my dream, and I hope I get a chance to do it.
Well, Kirk Caldwell, this mayoral's race has certainly been one of the most exciting races for the election, so really appreciate you stopping by this morning.
Yeah, I want to thank you, and I also want to thank you for the great debate you offered us, and I think it gave people a good opportunity to see us up close and personal.
Oh, thanks. That was a KITV Civil Debate, so Civil Beat Debate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to see this interview again, you can go to our website, KITV.com. And Caldwell's challenger, former Governor Ben Cayetano, joined us for an interview yesterday. You can also see that interview on our website at the top video section. It is 6:49. We'll be right back.